Hey guys, in today's story, I tell you about the number 36 and more specifically about the meaning it has in the I Ching. And it's the eclipse of the light, and it's one of these dark, bad numbers that you don't want to stumble upon. And if you are interested in numbers or I Ching, or if you want to hear a story, please keep on listening. Else, skip this. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your life. And yeah, why not be a little confused, just like I was twice this morning. Bye bye. It was spring 2006, and I lived in a city named Ghent. And the bell rang, and I opened the door, and he probably said hello. But the first thing he said was, "You shouldn't live here longer than 3 years in this house." And I was like, "Whoa!" And why is that? Because it's the number 36. 36 is the eclipse of the light, and it's one of the worst numbers, one of the worst 64 numbers in I Ching. And from that moment on, I saw 36 everywhere. I went to the Netherlands, to Amsterdam, to an I Ching symposium. And there were 5 or 6 writers about the I Ching, and that was an amazing day. And that's when I first met Han Boering, a Dutch I Ching writer, and definitely the best one there's ever been in the Dutch speaking community. And I would argue probably worldwide, because he was so immensely bright. His insight in I Ching was very deep. And at the end of the day, people could ask questions, and I asked him, I said, well, I've been seeing the number 36 for 3 years now, all of the time, everywhere, every day, multiple times every day. I said, can you elaborate on that? And then he started to tell a story, the origin story, so to speak, of the number 36. And it was about the time when the terrible ruler of Wu, or Yu, was ruling China with iron fist, and there was one who should be on the throne as who had the birthright to be king. I guess that was something like that, and he put him in prison without outside light, just between 4 blind walls, and there was only a little hole, and twice a day they put some food and some water through that hole, and he stayed there for 7 years. And that's the eclipse of the light. And after these 7 years, this guy came out, and he had such an impact on the whole of China that within I would say within seconds, that ruler Yu, or Yao, the terrible, was put down, and he didn't become the emperor, but his consultant, his personal consultant, I think to remember. And he said the number 36 has 2 options. So it's the eclipse of the light, the inner light, the divine in us has been totally eclipsed, blackened. And if you stay in the dark for so long, there's two options, there's two possibilities. The first is you go crazy and there's no recovering possible. And the second is you become, when you get out, you become unstoppable, driven by the light that has been kept inside. And I'm getting a little bit of goosebumps now. And that was for the first time I had some sort of positive view on the number 36. So I left there and I kept on living and I kept on seeing the number 36, but it was a little bit more balanced than before. But still, always I saw it when I was in my car. I forget everything. I'm so confused all the time. And when I have to go somewhere and I have to bring some package, and then I'm in the car for half an hour, and then I see the number 36, and then it's, oh fuck, I forgot it. And then I have to back home, and these things happen to me all the time. So that's number 36. You forgot something. There's something you don't see. There's something in the dark. 2 years later, 2011, I went. 2011, I went to Egypt, just after the revolution. Very transformational journey to Egypt, and there I met Ed and Obeid, two friends for life, I would say. Ed said, well, I have something to say about the number 23. And I was like, And he told this long story how literally the number 23 drove the guy to madness. How he has been haunted for years by the number. And I was like, really? I'm gonna tell you a story about the number 36. And I told my story, and he was amazed by the coincidence, because we didn't know we had something with a number. We didn't know that from each other. When I came home, I looked at the pictures, of course, I had taken, and one of the picture was a horse carriage where we have been in, and it was the number 236, so 23, 36 in one number. And in this period, I came upon this theory that our alphabet has numerical values. So if we have 26 numbers. So if you put the alphabet in 2 rows, that's twice 13. Then you go from A to M and from N to Z, and in the middle, so the 7th number is G on top, and in the second row it's number T. And then if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the second row the same, then you get the numbers of that accord to the letters of the alphabet. So I started counting stuff as I do it when I discover things like that, and I counted, of course, my own name. And mine, the number that goes with my name, Pieter Jan, is of course 36. And I was like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. And then I counted the number of the woman who I lived with, who had become my wife and the mother of our first child, and her number is 23. So I related very much to that guy, Ed. His number was 23 and hers as well. And I was like, whoa. But it wasn't 100% fair, because her name is Lotte. We call her Lotte, everybody does. But her true name is Lieselotte. So it has 2 parts. So I thought, well, it's a little bit of cheating. So I counted the first part of her name as well. And it's also 23. So her name is 46, twice 23. And then I counted the name of our dog, which we've been living together since not the first day, but the first month that we started co-housing. And his name is the number 23 as well. Coincidence beyond every belief. And I see that I'm. I watch at the timing now and how it goes. It's 11 minutes and 36 seconds. Just being curious, I started quite counting everything, and my BJA are my initials, and that's the number 8. But and the number 8 has been my favorite number since my time at the Boy Scouts. But the hidden number of 8 is 36. And hidden number means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 7 plus 8. That's the hidden number. And my surname, Ardis, is 26, and 2 plus 6 is 8, and 8 points at 36. The darker the numbers are, because the number 23 is another 23, 36, 47, and 54. These are really, you don't want to stumble upon these sorts of numbers, because they are so there's so much pain, but at the same time they are pointing into the direction of transformation and into the possibility of transformation, deep transformation, from very deep down to very bright. And that's a drag, that's pain you carry with you in your life. But people who feel this and who know that that's sort of pain and long years before starting seeing the light, these are people who have the possibility of transformation. And although it has been going on for many years, there's a possibility for fast and rapid transformation. And that's the positive message that's in all of these numbers. So yeah, that's a little light that I want to shine here in the darkness. Bye-bye. By the way, I didn't tell you a little part of my story of the number 36. Years before I even heard from I Ching for the first time, I did a lot of self-hypnosis. That's what I called it. You could call it meditation as well, I suppose. And it often happened that I saw this black ball before me with my eyes closed. And the deeper I went into this self-hypnosis, in the blackness there became a little hole. Then I saw inside of that ball, it was full of light. It's like the sun that was covered by a black layer of, I don't know. And of course that's the eclipse of the light. It's the most clear image of that I Ching hexagram. So that's more than enough. Bye-bye.